Hey there! Welcome to another Speedpaint journal by St. Linthoria. Welcome to my mind. I hate switching mitts. I really, really, truly do. It isn't something that I was super aware of, before I started taking medication. But my depression is really, really, really bad at its base levels. Before I started taking medication, I would tell myself that, it's just like the regular depression, whatever that it means. I would tell myself that it wasn't that bad, that I was having overdramatic thoughts to have overdramatic thoughts. All the normal, regular, crappy stuff that you tell yourself when you're depressed because of a chemical thing and not the situational thing, because nothing is making you depressed, so that doesn't help at all, and it creates a cycle of, you're so stupid, you don't have a reason to feel like this, your life is great, why are you so depressed, what is wrong with you, you know what I mean? So yeah, I would always tell myself, no, I'm not actually that depressed, I'm not, I just don't deal well with the feeling, but I'm not actually that depressed. But then I started getting on medication, and the medication actually would make me feel good and make me think, oh, I'm normal. It's hard to describe, especially right now, because right now I'm not feeling that, but I would feel good about myself. I would have good thoughts about myself. That's the best way that I can describe it, as stupid as that may seem. And when I realized that kind of opened my eyes to just how bad my depression is without medication. It's disabling for me, honestly. And I know that there's some controversy about people with mental health issues claiming it as a disability because you're not physically disabled. It's not the same thing, but my depression is disabling for me when I'm not on the right medication. I don't want to leave the bedroom. The idea of leaving the house makes me want to throw up. I have to actively avoid thinking about myself in order to then avoid wanting to kill myself. I usually do that by sleeping or by drawing or reading, basically forcing my mind to focus on something else other than me for long periods of time. I can't be around other people because then I start thinking about, there's a lot of subconscious thought that goes into interacting with other people about what would be appropriate for me and things like that I'm very much aware of at all times, as strange as that sounds. I'm very, even though I'm an introvert, I want people to like me, you know what I mean? So I tend to, when I'm extremely depressed, when I'm without my medication, I can't deal well with if I have an impression that I did something wrong to make someone dislike me. So, as a rule, I just don't interact with people to avoid that. For an example of this, just off the top of my head, the last time that I tried to be super social without medication, because I knew that isolating myself. I tried to go out and eat with friends. And I made it very clear to them at the time that I wasn't feeling very good. I wasn't feeling up to it. But if I can have this one item, if we can order this one item, I'll go out with them and I can force myself to enjoy it, basically. I went to the bathroom and they did not order that item, and I was so upset I just left. And I was so hurt about that. Like, it felt like they were just ignoring my wishes, like it didn't even matter to them. You know what I mean? Which is an overreaction, and I'm aware that it's an overreaction. When I'm without my medication, though, that's my baseline with people. Like, any slightly negative thing that can happen immediately becomes the worst thing that can possibly happen. Which isn't good and productive when you're in the customer service industry like I am, because negative stuff is gonna happen. It's just gonna happen. But when I'm without my medication and I'm already starting off extremely low, that negative interaction with the customer can quickly turn into, I want to kill myself. And I want to kill myself can quickly turn into, what way can I do it while getting away with it and not alerting people? So yeah, I don't like me without medication. I feel very disabled when I'm without my medication, because just everything becomes so much harder. Everything. Like, I don't have the motivation to do anything, really. And the things that I do are done purely to distract me from my thoughts. And it's unproductive in most cases. The past few days where I've been feeling like this have been a little bit more productive than they normally would be when I'm without medication. Just because of the fact that I put it in my mind, and I got into the habit, really, of only listening to art story times and Speedpaint story times and things like that when I'm drawing. So there's a really great Speedpaint story timer called Creepshow Art. I love listening to her talk, really. And her art is freaking bomb, in my opinion. Like, I just love the style of her art. I really, truly do. But I wanted to listen to her stuff, but I had to draw to do it. It was draining to draw, but I did it because I wanted to be able to listen to her stuff to take my mind off of things. That's usually not how it ends up going. I usually just drown myself in fan fiction and manga and just, yeah. I don't know where I'm even really going with this. There's no real direction for this particular Speedpaint journal. Just, I don't know. I hate myself a lot when I'm like this. I really truly do. I just want my meds to start working. I hate switching meds because of this period of just emptiness. I really hate it. So I just want to take a moment to assure everyone that I'm no longer in this dark place. My medications are working correctly now, and I am much, much better. Hence why this is part 1 of the journal. So part 2 will go into a little bit further detail, basically about me reflecting from where I'm at right now, basically. But the picture that I chose for this is actually a throwback picture from a character that I created a long, long time ago. It's one of those Mary Sue type characters, you know what I mean? So she was meant to be like this queen fairy that could do all of the elements and all this other stuff. And normally the fairy has just one type of element. She can do all of them, but she doesn't know it yet. Because she's not an adult yet. She's a teenager. But she has sexy, huge boobs, because that's what I was into when I was 13 for some reason on my female character. So, so yeah, be on lookout for part 2 of this, just to shed some more insight about how I am doing now. And in the meantime, you guys have an amazing day.